this is Paul Blanch. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Very clear.
Okay, I believe that you made a statement at the beginning relative to Management Directive 8.11 that said I'm not allowed to ask questions. Is that an accurate portrayal of your statement?
The purpose of today's meeting, according to Management Directive, is for you to comment on the initial recommendation of the TRD, which was the executive petition, and to provide additional information.
I'm not sure I heard an answer to my question. Am I allowed to have a dialogue and ask questions and receive answers from the NRC?
No, this you are not.
And could you tell me where in 8.11 it says that?
It doesn't say that in as many words, but it's clear the purpose of the meeting is for you to provide additional information in support of your petition.
Well, again, this is a primary point. The Management Directive says the NRC can ask questions, the licensee can ask questions, but it does not preclude me from asking questions. So I guess what I'm hearing is I'm not allowed to ask any questions of our regulator who supposedly serves the public and the environment.
I think this is Chris Miller, Mr. Blanch. I think what you're hearing is we're trying to have an efficient process here, and what we're trying to do is get through and hear the additional information that the board has to consider. If you have clarifying questions to say, well, I'm not really sure what you meant by your decision to date or whatever, and that helps us, think that, well, here's my information related to that. That might be useful. We don't have the purpose of this meeting to have a dialogue on whether or not for example, a particular calculation is accurate or not. But if you want to provide more, say didn't understand how you got to that assumption, let me tell you what my take on the calculation is, and I'd like you to look at this. That would be useful. I think if we stray from that too far, we're not going to get through your additional information for the board to consider.
I respectfully disagree, and there are some absolutely vital questions that I need responses to determine whether Entergy is making accurate statements and whether the NRC is making accurate statements. There was a question I tried to ask before. Could you tell me who from OI, Office of Investigation, is there, and who from the Inspector General's office is there?
Yeah, this is Will Thompson from the Office of Investigation.
Thanks, Will.
And it's Terry Spiker from IG.
Hi, Terry. Nice to talk to you again. Okay, so my understanding is I cannot ask any questions. Is that a good portrayal?
Well, I think you just asked some questions, and as they help you provide us information, and we'll ask you if we don't need clarifying information. But the purpose of the call is for you to give us information so that we have more to make our decision on.
Well, this is why I wanted a dialogue, and let me just, Rick, I'll introduce you in 1 second if you can bear with me.
No problem.
Okay. Here's my first statement, ladies and gentlemen. My petition alleged that Entergy provided inaccurate and incomplete information to the NRC. Not only was the information provided inaccurate, it was materially false with respect to the 3-minute closure time. Material in that FERC based its approval of the AIM project on this false information supplied by Entergy and its consultant. This alone should be a firm basis for granting my petition. These facts are discussed in the NRC's internal email dated April 27, 2015. The NRC, in defense of Entergy, recalculated the impact of prolonged gas discharge by modifying its equation for the PIR. This is the second time Entergy has been exposed for making false statements to a regulatory agency. I have further follow-up questions on that. My second statement, and then Rick can take over. The NRC has threatened the safety of more than 20 million residents and the infrastructure of the greater New York metropolitan area, and is risking trillions of dollars of damage and possibly the U.S. economy by basing its safety assessment on a calculation that was recently obtained from the NRC under FOIA. This new information confirms that this NRC, quote, calculation, which was partially handwritten, unapproved, undated, unsigned, used fictitious, false, and unsupported assumptions. This NRC calculation supported the FERC approval of the AIM project and the transportations of thousands of tons of TNT equivalent across and in the vicinity of the nuclear power plants. This back-of-the-envelope calculation, as I say, handwritten, which misled congressional representatives, misled FERC, and misled the general public, must be invalidated, and an independent, transparent, structured risk assessment, as outlined in OSHA 29 CFR methodology, must be undertaken. With that, I have a long list of questions which the NRC won't respond to, and I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Kuperwitz.